I'm Steve.
And I'm Les.
And this is Tabletop Tastings. Les, we're doing something a little different.
We sure are, Steve. We're doing our top 10 from the past 6 months of board games that we have played and enjoyed.
Yes.
So I'm super excited.
Me too.
I'm interested to see how our lists vary. And the games we have played, it's a mixture of brand new releases and older classics as well. So a diverse plethora of board games that we have brought to the table and had a chance to play.
Yeah, some would say plethora.
That's right. So we're doing a top 10, and we're going to start at position number 10. And Steve, would you like to kick this off? What was your 10th favorite board game that we have brought to Tabletop Tastings over the past 6 months?
Okay, I did want to add, this was a really tough one. I got to my top 10 really quickly, but the order, I still kind of go back and forth as I'm going to say my order, because everything we played was so good.
There's been some really, really good games.
And then the ones that weren't, like, they're at the bottom, but they're at the bottom for a reason, right? So
that's right.
Anyways,
and when we're done our top 10, we are going to go back and revisit the 3 least enjoyed games that we played over this quarter as well. Okay, so number 10, what do you got?
So I will start with my number 10. Okay, I love a good worker placement game, and I really enjoy when the board changes up. And so my number 10 is the White Castle.
Oh, excellent.
So that's my number 10. And in that game, you can't really necessarily make a wrong move. You just might make a move that's not going to be great for you immediately, because everything kind of seems to work out. I love the artistry of it.
It's a beautiful game.
I love the flow of the game. I love the mechanics. I really, really enjoy White Castle.
Well, you had mentioned at the
number 10.
start, before we started filming, that you thought our lists were going to be very, very different.
Yeah.
And so far, you're not wrong.
Okay.
My number 10 is Expeditions, the Ironclad edition. Nice. So Expeditions is the spiritual successor to Scythe, but a very different game. Yeah. In that game, your board does change up as well, and it's a worker placement, so I half kind of thought you were going to be going there. But it's really about exploration and about clearing the land of this unknown presence that is kind of erupting or destroying the place with your big giant mech. And with that game, I love that there are so many different ways to play it and to score points. And it really just kind of blew me away. That game is a few years older, but I still really, this was the first time I got it to the table, and I really, really enjoyed that. So my number 10 is Expeditions Ironclad Edition.
I like it. I love that it's in your top 10.
Excellent.
Very nice. So let's go to 9, and that's going to be you.
Okay, so number 9 is a newer game, and that is Harmonies.
Ooh.
Harmonies is this fantastic, beautiful little utopia building where you're building your trees and your mountains and your rivers, and then you're populating it with animals. And there's a lot of games doing that. Currently, but Harmonies does it in just a very harmonious, peaceful, and enjoyable way. And I don't think there's a way to play Harmonies without just being relaxed and enjoying yourself as you build that through. So my number 9 is Harmonies.
That's awesome. So I thought we were going to be a lot different.
Oh no.
But guess what my number 9 is?
Was it Harmonies?
Harmonies.
Really?
Yeah. So my number 9 is Harmonies. I really love that game, and I think I mentioned it when we did the actual playthrough of it. I just couldn't stop smiling. It just makes me happy. I love playing it. It's just fun. There's some strategy obviously involved in it, but the artwork to it and all that kind of stuff.
And I believe the artist that did Dixit is the one that did Harmonies as well. And if you enjoy the artwork in Dixit, you're going to love the artwork in Harmonies
Exactly.
as well.
Yeah, and I love the tile playing with the cards. You're not necessarily going to make the wrong move. No, I take that back. You can totally make the wrong move, but you're still happy playing it. It's such a fun game. So that was my number 9 as well,
awesome.
which is pretty cool. I didn't think that we were necessarily going to be
too aligned on
it until we got maybe a little bit higher.
Well, let's see how our number 8 did. What's your number 8?
So this game is kind of like, it's in a sequence of games. And so my number 8 is Finspan.
Okay, so that's kind of crazy because my number 8 is actually Finspan.
No way!
As well.
That's awesome.
Finspan is, you mentioned it's in a wave of products, and really, you know, they're based off of Wingspan. So Wingspan came out, the designers said, we want to do something a little more complex. Right? So then they did the dragon version of Finspan. And then they wanted to do a more kind of simple version of that, and that was Finspan. And I enjoy a lot what they did with Finspan and how they took it kind of from the top to bottom, and you drop your diver down and you got to move these schools of fish around, and there's his own little mini game with that as well. Finspan is just a great variation of the original game Wingspan.
Exactly. Actually, I actually would take it a little bit further than that, and I like Finspan more than Wingspan.
Ooh.
I love the way that you work your way through the board. I really enjoyed that more than Wingspan. So Finspan is definitely going to be in my top 10, and I love playing that game. It looks good. It's fun to play. Is it easier? I guess it is a little bit easier, so it's maybe a little dumbed down version of it, but there's so much involved, and I love the way you play through that game.
Yeah, and I don't think of it as even more dumbed down. I just think of it as more streamlined.
Sure. Yeah, maybe that's the word.
It is more streamlined, and it's just a beautiful game. And then you get to learn about the wonderful world of fish.
Exactly. Yeah, which is way better than birds.
And I like you made the comment that it's gonna be, or it would be in your top 10, because it is. It's number 8.
Exactly. Good. All right. So, what's your number 7?
My number 7 is a game that comes in a very tiny box.
Okay.
But is massive when it's laid out on the table, and that is Forest Shuffle. Forest Shuffle is a little over a year old, but I love that game. You place your trees down, and then you got to put your woodland creatures around it, and your birds above it, and your insects and shrubs below it, and you end up with this massive sprawl of cards, and it just brings you satisfaction when you're done, because there is really no wrong way to play it, but everyone's forest looks completely different, and you start chaining these different points and events based off of cards you already have in play, and I just fully love that experience. And that's one card game that I go back to, and every time I play it, I have a fantastic time with it. My number 7, Forest Shuffle.
I love that. Forest Shuffle is such a great game. Funny enough,
if it's your number 7,
it did not make my top 10.
Okay.
It's in my honorable mentions because of that. So again, this was a really tough top 10. And it was one of those ones that it actually was in my top 10, and then I took it out. But it's definitely, I actually have it at the bottom. Honorable mentions is that game, Forest Shuffle, because I really did love it, and I really did enjoy it. And again, it was kind of one of those games that made me smile as I was playing through it. However, my number 7 is one that was in your top 10, and you mentioned it already, and that is Expeditions.
What a great game.
Ironclad.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that game. I love the setup of it. I loved how it looked.
It's beautiful.
And I really loved the mechanics of that game. And I think one of the things that really kind of keeps drawing me back is the fact that you get like this partnership. So you have your human and you have your partner animal.
Yeah.
And that like had me hooked from the beginning. I'm a dog lover, and your dog is your companion. They are your ride or die, and you're gonna just do everything with them. So that had me hooked from the beginning. And then I loved how complex it got. Like, it just, everything about it really was enjoyable to me. So that is my number 7, Expeditions Ironclad Edition. I love the mechs. I loved the extra effort that they put into making that game look beautiful.
Quality of Expeditions is top notch. Like, even the board game insert, everything in that game is just beautiful. Okay, what was your number 6?
Okay, my number 6 is one of the dexterity games that you showed to me, and I loved this silly game. It was just silly, but it made me laugh. And okay, so my number 6 is Iron Forest.
Iron Forest. Wow. I had a great time playing that game. It did not make my list, but it's also one I haven't played again since you and I last played it, and I would love to get it out on the table again because we had an absolute blast when we played that.
It was so much fun. I love that you're on the side of the table, you're up, so it's like an active game, and then you're launching your dudes into the forest. And then if you can just hit it right, you can hit the other guy, and that's awesome, but it's still fun when you like go through a doorway and drop down to like some other area of the board that you didn't want to go to. I absolutely loved playing that game. And again, it was one of those ones that I didn't even have it on my list until I started watching our videos again and kind of going through the list. And I'm like, no, that's gotta be in my top 10 because I had so much fun playing it.
And that was a Kickstarter game as well, where the production quality for it was top notch. And it was mechs versus animals, and you had these launchers that you fired them into the arena with, and you got points for flicking them or going through doorways. And it was a good time. It was a good time.
It was such a fun game. My number 6, Iron Forest. What's yours?
My number 6 is not Iron Forest, but it does involve iron. And that is the Ticket to Ride Legacy Legends of the West. Ticket to Ride, of course, is a game that we both really enjoy, but the legacy version of that, Legends of the West, ups things in every single way. I love the production quality of it. The cards are thick and heavy, and there's this postcard system, and you got an actual puncher that when you complete routes, you actually punch the tickets, and then they come out of the game after they've been punched a certain number of times. And then you get postcards with added abilities, and then every single time you play, you add new parts of the map, and it keeps growing with other objectives and goals and bonuses and news alerts. And it took Ticket to Ride up to the next level. And I've loved every single aspect of that game that we've enjoyed so far. My number 6, Ticket to Ride Legacy Legends of the West.
What a great game. I love it. It's awesome. Fantastic. Nicely done, Les. Okay, so now we're going into our top 5.
Well, what's your number 6?
And I did my number 6, Iron Forest.
Your number 6 was Iron Forest?
Yeah.
Okay, so my number 6 was Ticket to Ride. So that means, like you said, we're on to our top 5.
Getting into our top 5. And again, this was even more difficult because I'm like, okay, now this is top 5. Like, these gotta be like really good games over the last 6 months that we've played. Okay, so who are we going? Oh, you're going to go back,
That's right?
So let's go with your top 5.
So my 5th favorite game is a game that is several years old. The edition that we played is the 2nd edition. The original game came out well over a decade ago. The 2nd edition came out just in the last maybe 4 or 5 years. But I love this game. And for a long time, this was my favorite game of all time. It has since inched down on that list because we have played some fantastic games. Eclipse, Second Dawn for the Galaxy is my number 5.
Les, do you know what my number 5 is?
Is it Eclipse?
Eclipse.
The Second Dawn for the Galaxy. Eclipse is essentially, in my perspective, Risk on steroids. Because it's Risk in the sense that you're vying for control of the map. But what Eclipse does is that the map is hidden. And you have to explore to uncover it. You know where the other players are, but you have to explore to make your way to them. And then what makes it awesome is that each race is unique and has its own special upgrades. And then your fleet of ships are upgradable. Whenever you upgrade one of those ship types, it immediately upgrades every ship of that type in your fleet. And the battles change drastically based on who you're going up against and their fleet of ships, and even who their player type is and whatnot. But Eclipse has been one of my favorite games for a long, long time. It is a massive game. So you play with 6 people, expect to have 6, 7, 8 hours to do a full game. But I love that experience. And the 2nd edition just tightens things up so much and improves. One of the big pain points with the original game was that there's so many pieces, and it was, it took an hour just to set up the game. With the 2nd edition, everything's got in these beautiful player trays, and setup is basically instantaneous. It's immediate, and then every player has their own little boards that hold everything together nicely, and setup is super quick with that. But Eclipse, Second Dawn for the Galaxy, my number 5, your number 5
It is my number 5 as well. And because, like you said, Risk on steroids, I love when you can, within a game, have another game. Right? Because you start battling and it becomes like, okay, you've attacked me, dude, we're attacking for the rest of this game until one of us is done, right? And I love those games within a game. It's a beast. It takes you all day. You need a rainy day. You need a day off. It's a cottage game. Like, it is such a great game. Not for newbies. Not for someone just starting into it. But if you love board gaming, you have to play Eclipse. It's my number 5. It's got to be my top 5 just for that reason.
Yeah, and unlike Risk, you can actually win the game without fighting anyone at
true.
all.
Yep.
Like, there's multiple ways you can take this game to victory. It's not all about winning. In fact, usually by engaging in those moments, you get so distracted and focused on that, you end up letting go of the objectives. But it's such a good game. Steve.
Such a fun game.
What's your number 4?
So my number 4 is a game that really, it's a bit too much on the nose for us. Because it's all about kind of what we do and what we love.
Oh.
So my number 4 is Distilled.
Distilled.
And so when you have a board game that really closely matches how alcohol is made, and you've got a board game about making it, you got me hooked for one thing, but I was really happy with how they developed the game to actually play. I love the playing of that game. I love the mechanics of that game. And it's so much fun because you're creating something that we enjoy while we play the game. But it's also just, they've done it so well. And so Distilled's my number 4 because it's quite on the nose of who we are at Tabletop Tastings.
It sure is. It's not my number 4, but we're going to come back because I have a feeling it may still show up.
Okay. All right.
My number 4 is actually what I believe was your number 10. And that is The White Castle. The White Castle, I fell in love with that game. Yeah. And I think that game's like a year or so old now as well. Maybe it was 2023 that it came out. But I love everything that the White Castle does. And I love that the White Castle, the cards that are in play really change up the board. So every time you play the game, the objectives and the bonuses and the things that take place are a different experience going through that. And I just love how as you start to chain your different actions together, every action becomes more and more powerful. And it's small box, but it's so much game packed in it, and it's absolutely beautiful. Number 4 for me is The White Castle.
Yeah, I agree, and that's why it's in my top 10. Is it's such an enjoyable game, and I love when things change up every single time you play. It makes it so good. Okay.
My number 3.
All right.
And I have a feeling my number 3 may be your number 1.
All right. Oh, okay.
But it's just a guess.
Okay.
My number 3 is a game that we've played 3 different times over the past 2 years on this channel. And it's one that every time I bring it to the table and start playing it, I enjoy it more and more and more. And Steve, I gotta say, playing it with you is one of my favorite ways to play this game as well. My number 3 is Heat Tunnel Vision.
Nice.
The Heat game itself is so incredibly well thought out, and I love how that game plays. There's a nice little catch-up mechanic as well. There's drifting, and what the Tunnel Vision expansion does to it, it adds this map that is just one big giant map as well. So you don't have to do laps around it. It's 100 and some plus spaces to get around, and then with the tunnels, you can't discard cards when you're in the tunnels. I love absolutely everything about the Heat series, and the Heat Tunnel Vision expansion just took that up one more level to allow me to continue loving that game and to bring it up to 8 players now as well. If you have the both expansions for it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you're number 3. That's wonderful. So in my top 3, I think they are going to be a little bit different. So my 3rd is probably going to be a little higher on yours as well. And so this is a game that is Eclipse-like.
Okay.
It's huge. There's a lot going on, but I think it's done even better.
Ooh.
Because it's just such a beefy, beautiful game. It looks good. It plays so fun.
Now, if you're saying Eclipse-like, because I don't think we have any other games like Eclipse, but we have another one that's in space.
Yes.
So I feel you maybe go in that direction.
Yeah, so it's got the space theme going on, and the 2 games are nothing alike as far as the gameplay, but just you need the time to be able to play it and the complexity. So my 3rd in my top 10 is Galactic Cruise.
Galactic Cruise is a fantastic game.
Yeah.
It's made by Kinsinki Games, and what's really cool is that before their Kickstarter launch for this last year, I had a chance to interview them and get to meet them, which was super awesome. Steve, what do you like about the game?
So I love when you get to build your own rocket ship But it's not just taking that.
Rocket ship cruise ship. You're building your own space cruise ship,
And then as you're actually going out and cruising, you're deciding, what passengers you're going to take and if they're going to be happy at the end of the day, how happy are they with your service and where you're going. And there is just so much to it. Your strategy afterwards, right? And it looks beautiful. It's one of those games that I love because it takes so long to play.
Yeah.
I love a good beefy game that takes you 3, 4, even 5 hours, depending on how many people are playing, because that's a gamer's game. It's just so good. And they've done a lot of work. Those guys, hats off again. I know it has a little bit of a special place for us because we did the interview with them, but they've done it so well. It's in my top 3. It's my 3rd, Galactic Cruise.
Amazing. Great game. And my name is in the manual for that as a tester.
That's awesome.
Not biased. Do love the game.
For sure.
Steve, what's your number 2?
Okay, so my number 2 is a game that you've already mentioned, but it's way higher on my list. And it is Ticket to Ride.
Oh, wow.
Legacy.
Okay. Nice.
So I've always loved the Ticket to Rides. Everyone I've played, some of them are better than others. The original Ticket to Ride is such a fun game. It's an easy teach. You can kind of just show anybody how to play it.
Yep.
It does get a little bit on the, we're doing the same thing over and over and over again.
A little repetitive.
Especially if you've played it enough times.
Which I'm sure you've played it like hundreds of times.
My word. We've played it, hundreds of times. But it's because it's such a fun game. And it's an easy game to teach other people that aren't necessarily into board gaming. What I love about the Legacy is they've taken that Legacy part of it and done it so well. Because, as you know, we played a Legacy game that was not done well.
We played one that was absolutely terrible.
Talk about repetitive. You're doing the same thing every single time trying to get to a different outcome.
Jurassic Park, the Funko Pop one, do not play it. Legacy of Isla Nublar, terrible.
Terrible, absolutely terrible. What is not is the Ticket to Ride Legacy. I love the Legacy part of it because you get to you're ripping up cards, you're punching cards so they're gone, you're never going to that route again. I love when a game can just keep you interested.
I love that you said there's so much going on, but in a sense they simplified it because you're not counting points anymore, right? You're counting money at the end of the game, so you don't have to write anything down or move a score tracker whenever you achieve a route or whatnot. So in one sense they added so much to it, but they also simplified it in a sense to make it easier. And I love how they did it. That system is fantastic.
It is awesome. And anytime you can start with a smaller board and you're building onto it, I love it. It is such a fun game to play. We play it together with our wives, which actually probably adds to it too, because they really enjoy it, which is kind of a testament to how good of a game it is as well, because it's kept their interest this entire time. I look forward to the times when you're like, hey, let's get together, we got to play the next round of Ticket. And I'm like, or I'm calling you and you're like, all right, let's go, we got to play. It's just such a fun game. My number 2, Ticket to Ride Legacy.
My number 2 was, I believe, your number 4. And that, or maybe number 3, but that was Distilled.
So it was my number 4.
Your number 4. So Distilled has completely taken my heart in the sense that I love every aspect of that game. I love how the distillation process is faithful to how you actually make spirits. I love how there's spirits in that game that I didn't even know existed and I've since sought out to try. I love the upgrades to your distillery. I love every single aspect of that game, and it's one that I've gotten to the table many, many times since we've played it. I love the production quality of the game. I love the coins in the game. I love the truck. It's a little thing. The truck is essentially your discard pile. It's a little cardboard piece to it, but you flip it upside down and there's tires on the bottom. They didn't have to put that in, but it's there. I love everything that they have done with Distilled, and it's got an upgrade coming out that I'm hoping to snag at Gen Con this year as well. The Cocktails expansion, so that'll be pretty neat. But Distilled, I absolutely love and adore that game, and will play it every single chance that I get for it. My number 2, Distilled.
Such a great game, and it's so on the nose for what we do. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, we're here at our number 1.
Our number 1.
Okay,
so kind of
so you did number 2, so let's go. What's your number 1 game for the last 6 months that we've brought to our table, Les?
My number 1, I believe, was your number 3.
Okay.
And that is Galactic Cruise.
Yeah.
Galactic Cruise does everything right. It's a heavy kind of Euro style game, but it's a game where you are building these monster galaxy cruise ships. And you've got to advertise to your passengers, and you've got to get them on the ship, and you've got to do all the research to get your blueprints, and you choose what ship segments. You want to put bumper go-karts in there, or robot fights, or you know, whiskey bar, whatever you want. And I just love the game. And we talk about, you know, I enjoy a game with good production quality. There is not a game with better production quality out there. And we have a few of the upgrades as well, but even the metal credits and the player mat that has recesses for the cardboard tokens that go inside, because you can change up where your action spaces are, and some of the bonuses and rewards and some of the objectives that go into it. And I just love every single aspect about the Galactic Cruise game. And it's got a new expansion coming out that a Kickstarter is launching for in September of this year. So that, if you've got that game, there's going to be even more coming out for it to keep you going. But like you say, it's a gamer's game, and it's one that, you know, 3-4 people sit down to, and you're there for 4 or 5 hours, but you're going to have a great time that entire time that you are there. My number 1 favorite game of 2025 is Galactic Cruise.
I can't disagree with you, Les. It's such a great game. And even just you get that box, and it moves the table. Like the whole table's moving when you put it down. Like, it's amazing.
It's a beast.
I love it. Everything about that game is fantastic. It's not my number 1.
I have a feeling I know what your number 1 is. Steve, what's your number 1?
Okay, so my number 1 is a game that I have said a few times now is the perfect game. It's the perfect board game. But it's not just the perfect board game to me. It's the perfect game.
Wow.
Like, I think every aspect about it is so well done. The first time you introduced this series to me, I was like, how are they going to do this? There's no way that you can take car racing and put it on a flat board and do it well.
And make it fun.
There's just no way.
Yeah, how?
Like, how's it going to be fun? Like, how? Heat does it. And every single time I play Heat, and even with this new expansion, I'm adding it into that, but I'm also taking the whole Heat and all the expansions kind of together. It is the perfect game, in my opinion. Obviously, I love it maybe just a little bit more than you, but I love the competition part of it. I love how I can mess my game up almost completely by gambling a little bit too much.
A little too hard,
Hitting those corners way too hard, but that's okay, because that's on me. One of the things I've heard negative about it is because when you get the expansion, all it is one, basically the expansion is just one course.
Well,
right?
I mean,
one board.
It's one board, 2 sides to it. So there's two
courses,
sides,
But the expansion, the tunnel part, is only the one side. But I love that. I really, really enjoy that track. It is just so much fun. And then it adds the 8th player. There are not that many games out there that are 8 players that are that involved. It is the perfect board game to me. It's gonna be my number 1. It's gonna be really hard to knock it off of that. A bunch of these other games are so good, but they're not Heat.
Heat is a very good game.
I just love that game.
And I'm not
it's
surprised
such a fun,
to see it
fun
at the
game.
top of your list. What I am kind of surprised by, though, is in our top 10 games, there was only 1 game difference.
That's true.
And a number of them we hit in the exact same order as well, which is pretty awesome. But
which is funny, because again, when I kind of sat down and looked through it, I'm like, I'm leaving off a couple of games. But I thought for sure there was going to be some more differences in our lists. But hey, this is why we work well together, Les.
Excellent. And for honorable mentions, what did you have for honorable mentions?
Okay, so I had For Shuffle. That definitely was. It was really close. Actually, it was in my top 10, and then I kind of took it out in place of another. One of the other honorable mentions is Root. I had it on, and I was really trying to get it into the top 10 because it is a fun game.
Root is a fantastic
It's
game.
a deceivingly vicious game, which is kind of one of those things I love about it. Because you look at it and go, oh, they're cute little woodland creatures. Oh, they're going to have... And then they just annihilate each other. They basically eat each other. It's awesome. It is a really, really fun game. I would love to have had it in my top 10, but there was just so many great games. So those were kind of my 2 honorable mentions.
I only had one honorable mention, and that is Scoville, the second edition.
Okay.
Scoville, the second edition, and I mean, the original came out quite a number of years ago, but the second edition cleaned up a number of things. But I love the, you got your farmer walking around the field making color combinations to make other peppers, but thoroughly enjoy that game.
Yeah,
now,
it was a good game.
Not all the games we played this year were bangers. There were a few out there that were maybe not so great.
Yeah.
So we're going to do our bottom 3. So our third least favorite game that we played in 2025. Steve, what's your third least favorite?
Okay, so my third least favorite is actually a very, very popular game, but it just, every time I've played it, it's okay, but it's not something that I would ever say, hey, let's grab this and play. And that's Sushi Go.
Oh, wow.
I know a lot of people love that game.
That shocks me a little bit because it's a good game.
Yeah, is it?
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I just don't get it. I'm not sure. It's just one of those games that I'm waiting for someone else to say, nah, I don't want to play that because I
But
really
no one
don't
ever
want to play it.
does. No one ever does because it's a good game.
Is it?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it's funny because it is super popular. It just doesn't do anything for me.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so Sushi Go, your
Sushi Go
least
is my
favorite.
third least. What's yours?
My third least favorite game was Clash of Corgis.
Okay.
So Clash of Corgis is this card game where essentially it's kind of like a trick-taking game, but whenever you take a trick or the cards you play from it, they have abilities. And those abilities can do extra things, like they can do bad things for your opponent or good things for you. And it has 3 different modes that you can play it in. One of the modes I really enjoyed, one of them was just okay, and the other I really didn't. Clash of Corgis was a neat game. It was kind of cool because we did have a copy of the game sent to us for free to review, which I thought was super awesome, so thank you for that. But out of all the games that we played, my third least favorite, Clash of Corgis.
I can't remember the game mode that we really liked. It was fun, and I really enjoyed it. The other 2 is like, I don't have to ever play those again. But I would actually probably play the Clash of Corgi, that game mode, over Sushi Go, which is funny to me, because I know how much you love that silly game.
Sushi Go is a great game.
Is it?
It is. Okay, it is.
Okay, anyway, but it wasn't in my bottom 3.
Okay, so we're going to jump back a little bit, because I figure this is going to be your number 2. What's your number 2 least favorite game?
Okay, so my number 2 least favorite is actually the One Piece. So, and the reason it's in my bottom 3 was not because it's a bad game. So don't get me wrong.
Well, okay,
I really enjoyed a lot of the aspects of that game. But trying to figure out the rules and how the game is played was just frustrating to me. I won the game really, really simply, basically because of
the unbalance
that was there, which was fun. However, it really wasn't. It kind of took away because every time you and I went up against each other, I just destroyed you.
I could see you were like feeling bad. You didn't even feel good about it because the destruction was just so.
It was just
so
like I annihilated you. And even like when I would go out to the other ships or the other islands, I kind of just annihilated everybody every single time. So it took away a lot of the fun of that game. And so perhaps if you took a couple of the different characters and were able to have them more evenly matched, it would be a lot more fun.
For sure.
I love the anime section of it, or the artwork, the episodes of it is fun.
The artwork was beautiful. Every single, I don't want to say every single character, but there were a lot of characters from the One Piece universe in it, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them.
So because of that, it was fun, but it wasn't fun, right? And it was tough to know exactly all the rules of it. It's in my bottom 3. Because of that.
So your second least favorite. My second least favorite of the games we played was Lego Monkey Palace. Lego Monkey Palace is this game where essentially you're trying to build these arches, always one higher than the other. And based on where you start your arch, you may get some other little bonus or benefit that you get to do. But wow, I hated that game. It looked kind of neat after it was set up, but there was not a more boring, dull experience of gameplay in my entire life that I've played through for that. I wonder if you have kids, like if anyone has kids and their kids played this and enjoyed it, please let me know, because I would love to know if a child would actually enjoy this thing. But Lego Monkey Palace, terrible game. In my second least favorite game I've played this year.
Yeah, it's my least favorite.
It's your least favorite?
I'm just going to jump into it.
Jump into
I had it as my least favorite. It's a game that I bought. I was super excited. It's Lego. It's a board game. Come on, how can you go wrong? They did.
Yeah, it's just not fun.
There was nothing there.
Yeah.
There was really nothing there, because it was funny because you could like place the monkey and he would stop you from being able to go up that section.
But then who cares?
Who cares?
Go somewhere else.
Just went around to the other side. And I got an even bigger section, right? So yeah, it was just, there was really nothing there. It was not fun to play. It's my least favorite.
Wow.
For sure.
My least favorite game is One Piece Adventure Island.
Funny.
And it's just a terrible game in the sense that I've never read a manual so terribly written than the one for that game. There's straight up contradictions where one part of the manual will say do it this way and a different part of the manual will say do it something different. And then there's just things that just are not covered at all in that game. So frustrating. There are 2 different modes to it, and I had somebody in the comments on one of our videos say, oh, try the adventure mode. It's better than the versus mode or whatnot. Maybe. You know, at this point, I'll never know, because I'm never going to open up that box again to try it. One Piece Adventure Island, absolutely terrible, terrible game.
Now, is that a little bit because I just destroyed you in the game?
It definitely didn't help. No. Because, I mean, I did not feel good at any point at all during that gameplay experience, because I got thrashed hard. I will say, though, that One Piece Adventure Island has been our highest viewed Board Game Whiskey pairing video yet, because there is a huge One Piece community out there. So thank you to all the One Piece fans that have watched that Board Game Whiskey pairing.
And I've since watched the live action on Netflix. I love it.
The live action video is so good.
Great,
so good
season. Like, I loved it, loved it, loved it. It was so much fun. The game was just, and it was funny. Again, I won. And I still didn't have fun.
Still didn't feel good with it.
It just wasn't, there was nothing there for it,
So, we are Tabletop Tastings.
We are.
Over the past 6 months of the games we have played, this has been our top 10 and our bottom 3 board game experiences. Please let us know in the comments what your favorite games over the past 6 months has been.
Yeah, please like, subscribe, do all those things. It's helping us tremendously. And we hope that you really enjoy these videos.
Yeah, we are Tabletop Tastings. We pair whiskey with board games. Please stay tuned for our top 10, bottom 3 whiskey video coming out shortly.
Yeah.
My name is Les.
And I'm Steve.
And this is Tabletop Tastings.
That it is.
Have a great day. So our game list was actually pretty steep.
Actually, it was pretty close.
Some of it.
Yeah.
Like, I like the White Castle more than you.
And it was funny because I have it at 10, and I probably could have had it a little bit higher.